Hey, what's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you over to Water Your Soil. So before I get into this video, I would like to say, if you're new here, I have two rules over at this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything that you learn, whether it's here on this channel, another channel, or anywhere. That should be a rule to life. So getting into the video. This video is going to be about some great news for American Express. This is from a news article that came out a few weeks ago, and I was supposed to do a video on it. However, I did other videos, so I didn't get around to it. But this is news that you all should know, especially those of you who either have an American Express card or product or are considering getting an American Express card or product. So before I get into that, I would like to say, please make sure that you do hit the like button. And if you are a subscriber to this channel, make sure that you do click on the bell that you see next to the join button. And once you click on that bell, make sure you click on all notifications. Click on all. That way you'll receive all notifications, because people have been complaining about not seeing my videos in their feeds. So if you're subscribed to this channel and you're not seeing my videos, that more than likely is why. So make sure that you do, number one, hit the like button to show support for the channel in this video. And number two, make sure that you do have all notifications turned on. So the way how credit card news works around here is I'll read through the article. I'll either read the full article or excerpts, the important excerpts from the article, but I'll always leave the link to the article in the description box so you all can give it a read on your own. But this news right here, this is big news for American Express, especially with the way how things are currently going. So we're going to get right into it, all right? Now, this news was posted on Yahoo Finance, and it was posted April 17th, as I said a couple of weeks ago. And it says, American Express delivers strong first quarter results with revenue of $17 billion, up 7% or 8% on an FX adjusted basis. It says, American Express Company today reported first quarter net income of $2.6 billion or $3.64 per share, compared with net income of $2.4 billion or $3.33 per share a year ago. Millions except per share amounts were indicated. And if you look at the article, it has a chart, and the chart will show that American Express revenue is up from last year. So that's good for American Express. We're going to continue. We delivered strong results during the first quarter, reflecting the power of our premium customer base. FX adjusted revenue increased 8% year over year, or 9% excluding the leap year impact, to $17 billion. Total card member spending continued to grow at a solid pace, up 6% or 7% excluding the leap year impact, says Stephen J. Squirry, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer. It says, quote unquote, our performance across key areas, including card member spending, customer retention, demand for our premium products, and credit performance continued to be strong across our customer base, consistent with and in many cases better than what we saw in 2024. It says, quote unquote, based on the steady spend and credit trends we have seen to date and the current economic outlook, we are maintaining our full year guidance for revenue growth of 8 to 10% and the EPS of $15 to $15.50, in line with the ranges we provided in January, subject to the macroeconomic environment. It says, quote unquote, looking ahead, we will continue to manage the company for the long term, focusing on backing our customers and colleagues, exercising disciplined expense management, and strategically investing in our business. It says first quarter consolidated total revenues net of interest expense were $17 billion, up 7% year over year or 8% on an annual FX adjusted basis. The increase was primarily driven by higher net interest income supported by growth in revolving loan balances, increased card member spending, and continued strong card fee growth. Consolidated provisions for credit losses were $1.2 billion compared with $1.3 billion a year ago. The decrease reflected a modest net reserve release during the quarter compared to a net reserve build a year ago, partially offset by higher net write-offs driven by growth in total loans and card member receivables. The first quarter net write-off rate was 2.1%, flat year over year. Consolidated expenses were $12.5 billion, up 10% year over year. The increase was driven by higher variable customer engagement costs driven by higher card member spending, a benefit from a year ago resulting from enhancements to the models for estimating future membership rewards redemptions and higher usage of travel-related benefits. In addition, operating expenses increased while marketing expenses were roughly flat year over year. The consolidated effective tax rate was 22.4% compared to 22.5% a year ago. Now, from reading from the article, American Express is doing better in the fourth quarter of 2025 than they were doing in 2024. And one thing I want you all to do, while this is great news for American Express, I want you all to pay attention to the second quarter numbers, and especially the third quarter are going to tell a lot, because you figure with the second quarter, we started to experience some problems with the economy. And when it comes to the third quarter, this tariff situation is really going to kick in. So we're going to see if they continue the pace that they've been having. But so far, they're doing pretty good. As you see from the article, they're already expecting to still see improvement even with the economic outlook. They mentioned that in the article. So one thing I want you all to do, and this is serious right now, if you have a credit card with a bank or a credit union, whoever it may be, I want you all to always pay attention to the news that's released from these banks and these credit unions. And one thing that you do want to pay attention to is you want to pay attention to their profit numbers. And the profit numbers are released every quarter. And the reason why you want to pay attention to that, because it can give you a clue of what might be coming down the pipeline for these banks, especially when you have someone like an American Express or a Capital One or a Chase, the bigger credit card issuers. You want to pay attention to how they're doing, number one, in the stock market. You want to pay attention to their news that they release regarding their profit, because it's public information. It's always going to be released. And I want you all to do your own due diligence and pay attention to those things, because like I stated, a lot of it does pertain to you, especially if you're a card member or you have a loan or whatever product it may be with that bank. You want to pay attention to what's going on with that bank, because if things start going downward for that bank, please believe it's going to impact the consumer and the customers of that bank. And it could also let you know the trend of where things may be headed for banks in general, not just that bank. But this is great news for American Express. American Express, they continue to have good news coming out regarding their products. And this is not just for credit cards, and this is also for their loan products. And as you see, they're making money off of card spending and off of fees. So those fees are really helping. And as a lot of you may know, over the past couple of years, American Express have been raising those annual fees consistently. So if you are a card member of American Express, this news for you. If you are considering signing up for an American Express card or product in the future, you should also be paying attention to this news, because it also relates to you as well. It's just showing that American Express consistently has a good customer base, and the customers are helping the bank increase profit. Now, whether or not it continues, that remains to be seen. As I told you earlier, make sure that you are paying attention to what happens in the second quarter and the third quarter of 2025. But for now, it's looking pretty good for American Express. And I just wanted to share this news with you all. As I stated, it came out a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't get a chance to share it. But it's better to share it late than never, because it is information. But I do want you all to take out the time to read the article after you're done here. But before you do that, make sure that you do participate in my new poll that I have, because I have a new poll, and the poll is over on the homepage of this Water Your Soil channel. What you do is click on my profile picture, go to the homepage of the Water Your Soil channel, because it's going to take you there, and then you're going to see a section that says posts. You're going to go to that post section. You'll see my latest poll as well as my other polls. Be sure to take part in them and participate in those polls. It's a little bit of market research, not only for this channel, but for you all as well, to let you all know what people think about certain credit cards and certain products from these banks. But anyways, if you're new around here and you're feeling the vibe over here, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video, because I post often. That's clicking on the bell, as I stated earlier, and selecting all. Also, this goes for every single one of you, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second. Hit the like button. That's the way of letting the algorithm know you support this video and this channel. I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by and showing love. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. What's going on? This is Nell from Water Your Soil. So as someone who went from a 549 credit score all the way up to the 800s, I decided to share the same information that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. This book is titled Strategies to Master Credit. I put everything in this book, everything that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. All of the information is in this book. So I want you all to purchase this book. A lot of you have already purchased it, but it's available currently right now on Amazon.com and also MasterCreditBook.com. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. You want this book. It has all the information needed in order for you to go from poor credit to excellent credit, or just simply maintain your good or excellent credit score. So get the book ASAP. And if you want something more in depth, you could take the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. It's more in depth. There are actually chapters in this course, and it walks you through basically how FICO credit scores come about and how they're determined. And really, once you learn how FICO scores come about and the concept of credit scores, then you're pretty much on your way to either going from poor credit to good credit, or just maintaining a good or excellent credit score. So if you want something more in depth, I have the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. All right.